Earth. I'm talking about Earth midheavens. Capricorn midheavens. And wherever your Saturn is at, it works with your midheaven, which is Capricorn. So, what is the planet of Capricorn? It's Saturn, right? So, wherever Saturn is at, this is going to be part of your midheavens. So, when you got Capricorn midheavens, you talking about it's sort of like Saturn in the 10th house, but it's Capricorn in the 10th house. It's very powerful because we know we talking about Capricorn, we talking about money. That's the first thing comes to people's mind, or work, or a star, celebrity status. You know, doing things big on a good level, but also hard times and struggles and obstacles that you overcome when we talking about Capricorn. So when you overcome all obstacles, this is Capricorn, self-mastery, transformation. This is a very important part of the video because if you got Capricorn in midheavens and your Saturn in the 10th house going to relate to this also. This is the hard workers, the go-getters, those who got ambitious, those who calm but serious, but also those who hold a grudge, but those who could do many things because they good with their hands, mechanical hands, like healing hands, like therapist hands, but also earth hands, earthly look, earthly body, you know. So these people down to earth, very practical, very realistic. It's yes or no answer. It's not no long answer type. These type of people is about yes or no. So with the Capricorn energy, see the earth. Uh, uh, gemstones. A part of this vibration. So you know these people can do almost anything with them hands. So they want to get down and do stuff that's earthly, it's practical, construction work, labor, own their own businesses. Because they are a leader. This is an authoritative sign, very strong, intense, forceful midheavens right here. So these midheaven people, how people will see you in the public, they will see you as somebody who's serious, but who cool, who calm, but also who can dress fresh, who shine. You know what I'm saying? Because these people want to win. They want to do things on a big level. But if they can't do it, they will manage their money. Because they all about management of money, math. Just like Virgo's about math, Capricorn about math. You know, discipline, discipline, discipline. They do things more professionally. So like Virgo professionally. Like you would think that these people won't do this, won't do that, but they want to do it in a professional manner. But if you pay attention, you'll see that they're just like anybody else. It's just the way they do it, gonna be in a professional manner. So how the public will see you. You know what I'm saying? They will see you more of the type that's unique, that's professional like, which means you're on point. You know what to say, know what not to say, you factual. Some can see you as slow because it ain't that you slow, it's just that you like to think before you make a move. And but you're very detail oriented, will pick up on details and all about business, all about goals, setting goals. So when people see you, they're gonna see the earthly look, realistic look. You know, like the beauty of the earth. Yes, it's pretty much Capricorn. Somebody who authority, who could run groups, somebody who could run settings, somebody who could run the country. So pretty much Capricorn because you're practical, you're realistic. So that's the thing. So when you got Saturn in the first house, because you have practical intelligence as a Capricorn midheavens, so your intelligence is gonna be about reason and facts and evidence. Also, your intuition is on point when it comes to helping people build themselves and building yourself, development, improvement. It's all about moving up in status and rank and position. So when you got Saturn in the first house, your Capricorn midheavens gonna be on yourself. It's about what you want to do. It's about improving yourself, working on you, building yourself, mastering yourself. You know what I mean? To be your best version of yourself. So when you go out in the media in the public, you're gonna be the type who help build people, help build individuals. You know what I mean? You're gonna talk about this and preach about this, about building themselves. So Capricorn Midheaven is one of the most powerful placements because it's very forceful, very powerful, and later on in life, these people get better as they go. They keep growing. They start out going through struggles and pain, but they handle it better than anyone. They're very cool and calm with it, but they're very serious and they do things to the screen. So We're talking about getting the job done. You're talking about Capricorn. Capricorn is the energy to get the job done. So when your Saturn is in the first house, it's part of who you are. It's part of your personality. So everything going to expand. Your earthly ways, you have an earthly looking body, earthly shapes, you know. So for you, some people can look kind of hard, some people can look soft. It depends on how they take care of themselves as the earthly way, you know. But when you got the midheavens, your Capricorn midheavens and Saturn in the first house, you're gonna be a very disciplined individual. Know how to move, know how to talk, know how to swim, know how to walk. You can be like military, move like the military, very organized, very neat, very structured. So that's the thing. Capricorn midheaven people in general is structure, all about order, being neat, you know, having things, you know, in line. So when we talk about Saturn in the first house, it'll be the same thing because it'll be more on yourself. You got if you don't have things in order or neat or in a proper structure, or you don't be goal oriented, you don't feel good. So you need that. You need that in your life. You will overcome obstacles and be a great leader sooner or later. You got the ability because it's on yourself. This is about Saturn in the first house about the self. So this energy goes into you. It goes into to you improving yourself all around your body, your looks. Not only that, your looks, but your goals, accomplishing whatever you're going to accomplish, and mastery right there. So that makes you a strong leader, even a strong healer. You can be anything you want to be on a practical level. Now, when you got Saturn in the second house type of Capricorn midheavens, it goes into fashion because this is the house of Taurus. So it goes into food. It goes into art. You would struggle with it at first, have hard times with it, but then after a while, you will master it. You will master like fashion and what love is on a practical, realistic level. You will master like not being too earthy with money, so you'll be able to teach that. Your careers will be on being a banker, you know, being over money. You know what I'm saying? Also on your own businesses and stuff like that. There, on your own businesses, on your own restaurant, owning, you know, doing mechanic work, labor, or construction work, or even own a construction company. It's all about owning corporations. See, Capricorn people got the ability to own things worldwide, and they want to leave a legend and a mark. So your legend and mark gonna go your love for the people, your love for your family, your love for where you stay. So you can be kind of like more private than anybody. When you got Capricorn midheavens and your Saturn in the second house, you be more private. But food, you be good at that. You be good at cooking because you'll master recipes. You'll master stuff when dealing with love. You'll master all of that, and you'll be able to teach that in the media. You know what I'm saying? Because it's Capricorn, so you be able to do things that other people can't do. So this is a very powerful place because you'll go get it better than anyone. So that's why Saturn in the second house is all about your values and your principles. So whatever your values and principles is, you're gonna stand on it because Saturn give you the ability to stand on whatever your values and principles are. I mean, you have a hard time trying to follow somebody else's values and principles, but when you follow your own, you'll be more successful. Because it's a very powerful placement right here, where you got Saturn in the second house with Capricorn midheavens. Now, if you got Capricorn midheavens, because we know Capricorn, the boss, the leader, the one with expensive taste. We know that, yes. The one who's sharp, clean, neat, order, and who look authoritative, very intense energy. So when you got Capricorn midheavens with Saturn in the third house, talking about Saturn in the third house, wow. This makes you very powerful individual. Saturn in the third house is you will go through it when talking about communication. So your Lango, your midheavens, your Capricorn midheavens will be into the communication field. Learning how to master the skills of communicating, teaching people how to communicate in different ways, in different aspects, because it's in the house of Gemini. Your Saturn is in the house of Gemini. If you got Capricorn midheavens and if your Saturn is in the third house, then you would teach that. It'd be about the youth. Help being teaching the youth, you know. It could be you teaching elementary, teaching but it can be young people. You know what I'm saying? Discipline. You'll go through things in your early childhood when dealing with speech, when dealing with thinking, challenges. People want to challenge you with thinking, but your midheavens, how people would see you in the public, they will see you more like careful how you talk, but they like the way you talk because you give out good advice and good counsel because you're very careful and you know how to speak. You know what words to say. But the thing is, you will study how to communicate. You'll be on that level, so you'll be able to teach that. Your career will go into communication. It will go into like anything that deal with thinking, deep thinking, processing information, details. So being a secretary, a person who over details, like a lawyer, even a judge. You can be any of that. You know what I'm saying? You can be a military person, very military because you're disciplined. Right here, when you got your Saturn in the third house and your midheavens is Capricorn, so you definitely could be that. So communication is very powerful right here. Communication is you have a very strong voice, very strong voice, very strong voice. But you'll be very realistic and practical. So your intelligence will be realistic and practical. So you got ability to be have telepathy powers right here, and also like a medium channeling voices and stuff. Clear audio. You can be clear audience more than anything. Where spirits talk to you. You know, because this type of energy it is. So we talk about music, you be disciplined when it comes to music, arts, but mostly math and stuff like that. You be good in math, definitely. So you can be a math teacher. Anything that deals with discipline, like earthly things, you can get into. Even on the businesses that deal with clothes, that deals with cars. Your business could be on anything. Open your own business, it'd be best because you know how to speak well, so you'd be a good spokesperson right here. When you got your Saturn in the third house and you got Capricorn midheavens. Now, if you got Capricorn midheavens and your Saturn is in the fourth house, you would go through things that deals with your emotions. So your emotions is very important right here. Because you got Capricorn or Saturn, you got Capricorn midheavens and your Saturn in the fourth house. It's all about the home life. So you go through things that dealing with your family, the mother. You be able to teach stuff like this about your, because when you overcome it, you be able to teach stuff about family. Uh, so you can be over A and A classes and stuff like that. You could be your career could be into something like that. Your career could be into like help people heal, the healing process and nurturing people and caring, like into the doctor trade or the nurse trade or being a surgeon or something like that. Or you could be a math teacher. You know what I'm saying? Anything like that. Because this is that Capricorn midheavens and your Saturn is in the fourth house. That makes you more caring and more loving and stuff like that there. So this is what you can be into. Stuff that deals with the home, businesses, uh, also, selling home real estate. People be very good with real estate with this place right here. Real estate is very powerful right here. And this, when we talking about like Saturn in the fourth house with Capricorn midheavens. So, with this being said, this is one of the most powerful placement there is right here. We're talking about Saturn in the fourth house, Capricorn midheavens. Yes, so I just doing this video no matter who on here or not. I'm just get it out the way. So I'm just going through this thing. The lesser people, the more quicker I go through this thing. So Capricorn midheavens, and you got Saturn in the fourth house. It'd be about the mother. So the female energy right here. So this is more like discipline when it comes to women. You gonna learn discipline when it comes to women's, and you get into things that deal with the female trait. It's pretty much a balance right here. Like you get into like softness of the Cancer house is more of like water. So you got Earth, Saturn in the water, discipline mother. It'd be more into stuff like doing makeup, doing like hairdressing stuff, barbershop, cutting hair. Uh, Also into something that, because it's creative. This is a creative house. There's water. Water can feel what's up. They know what to create. So you get into the films and the art, and you don't overdo things because Saturn gives you the ability to stay balanced in the water house. So you got Saturn in the fourth house. So you got Capricorn midheaven and your Saturn in the fourth house. This is how it plays out. So we're talking about psychic gifts. You got that because it's gonna come. Saturn gonna play a part of you disciplining yourself and understanding your gifts. You understand your gifts. Saturn gonna give you understanding. Say, I love my mother king. Thank you. Saturn gonna give you your gifts. Saturn gonna give you your gifts, your psychic gifts. So this is one of the psychic placements too, because when you got Saturn there, it give you understanding. Because Saturn spent a long time understanding things and breaking it down. So after a while, you be very good. After a while, you be able to flow with it, because with Saturn, you have great understanding of information. So with this being said, you can get into healing work, psychic work, and stuff like that there, because Saturn will give you the discipline to do anything, even to be a military general, even like to teach people about their emotions. You could be like a what is called a emotional intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Because you understand emotions on a deeper level. So clairsentient, pretty much right here, but you be disciplined with it. This is a good placement for psychic gifts, because the moon already is psychic. So when you got Saturn here, you be disciplined with it if you tap into that energy, but you're gonna always feel things on a deeper level. You can feel it deeply. Sometimes it's gonna overcome you until you learn how to master it. Till you learn that, okay, this is what's up. You know what I'm saying? And learn how to read the energy. You can feel a lot of stuff in your knees, people emotions in your knees. You know, so the Capricorn deal with the knees or the bones. You can feel stuff in your joints. So, but that's what it deals with. So now you got Capricorn Midheaven, you definitely could be a healer. If you talk Saturn, if your Saturn is in the fourth house, you could be a healer, or you could be into psychic work. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, a nurse, a doctor, any of that, a military person, any of that. You know what I'm saying? A fighter, a boxer. So or a bodyguard, because you're very protective about your people, your homeland. Because Cancer trait, what people fail to realize, fourth house in general, Cancer, the moon. This is your bodyguard house. Cause they protect the family, they protect people, because they protect nature. This is a protective house. So you got a lot of bodyguards come up out of this house. So you got Saturn here, makes you more strong and more disciplined, not to control your emotions and know how to be that warrior right here. So you definitely gonna go through emotional warfare till you master it and you learn how to control it. Since you got your Capricorn midheavens, you know what I mean. You have discipline you on your Saturns in the fourth house when dealing with people and dealing with family and dealing with coaches and stuff and dealing with your homeland territory. So loyalty is very important to you, definitely, true indeed. So people gonna see you as loyal. They gonna see you like kind of quiet, like, but very observative. That's how people gonna see you when you're out in the public's eye. So you can continue to move up in status though and learn about your emotions and all that there. When you master, you be one of the best psychics, one of the best teachers, one of the best healers, and good at whatever you do, whatever your craft is. So when we got Capricorn midheaven, so you got Saturn in the fifth house. Saturn in the fifth house. Your discipline will go to playing, being a leader. You don't want to take the lead all the time, so you will balance that out right there. I got Saturn in Leo, so that's part of my natal chart. So I understand you got Saturn in the fifth house. You know what I'm saying? We don't always want to take the lead like the regular Leo be into the ego like that. They might be into the ego, but Saturn give you the discipline to balance it out. To know that I'm not nobody leader. I'm not nobody leader, but I could teach people how to be their own leader, like that there. So that type of energy you will have. You got Saturn in the fifth house, and you got a Capricorn midheavens. So you would teach people how to be their own leader. You help build people up, so you can get careers, or get into careers that deals with building people up, like a counselor or something like that. You know, a psychologist. It's a therapy work, because you got many ways of pleasure. Because this is the house of pleasure. The fifth house, when Saturn is in the fifth house, and you got a Capricorn midheavens. The fifth house deal with pleasure. So you can teach people how to therapy. Therapy is very important. Music is therapy. Anything that make people feel good and heal them, relax them. So you can teach people relax techniques and stuff, exercise programs and stuff like that. Because you got Saturn in the fifth house. So to give you discipline, you know how far to go right here. So it's very important and very powerful when you got Saturn in the fifth house and Capricorn midheaven. And so, if your midheavens in Capricorn and your Saturn's in the fifth house, you got the ability to see the big picture more than anything. So that makes you like very clairvoyant, and you bring awareness to you, very conscious people, very aware of things that's going around and moving around you. Your brain is fiery, moving, moving. So everything's like fun. You full of life. So this gives you discipline. Sometimes you don't feel like full of life because you go through things that deals with the fifth house. You don't feel like this. You don't feel like because Saturn help you go through hard times, assist you to go through hard times until you get better, help you transform until you learn the energy. Well, you will go through hard times until you learn the energy. After a while, you master it and you got to worry because it's a limitation on the hard times. So as you go through what you go through, because Saturn is slow to learn because it want to master and know everything. So you will learn about this house. You'll know how to use your energy to bring people together, to inspire people. Because this is an inspirational house, so you can be a motivation speaker, a great leader because you know when to speak and how to speak. So you make a great leader in the world because you won't overdo things. You won't be all into power too much. Even though Saturn can be into their power on the downside. But we talking about when you got Capricorn Midheaven, we talking about careers and status, how people would see you. They will see you as stylish. You're gonna be stylish because your Saturn is in the fifth house. It's Leo. So you're gonna be looking shiny, looking good, but you be disciplined with it. It ain't gonna be every time. See what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be every time. Because Saturn gives you the discipline and you don't always want to be like that. Sometimes you be on the other side, you don't feel like that. So Saturn gonna have you being disciplined as a leader. So these make great leaders right here. I got Saturn and Leo. So it's just like Saturn in the fifth house. So I understand this energy. You know what I mean? You want people to be their own leader. I'm not your leader. You teach people how to be their own leader. Show people how to be an example of a leader so people can be their own leader. You know what I'm saying? You inspire them, bring inspiration to them and motivation to them. And definitely you motivate people more than anything. So you got many ways to motivate people. Because Saturn give you mastery skills. After a while, you have these skills and know how to master how to inspire people and motivate people to do things. So this very influential placement right here. Very strong, tough placement. This is a very strong placement. You got Saturn, and you gotta understand Capricorn itself is a leader's cardinal. And then the house we in is Leo. Leo is fiery and it's fixed and it's a leader. So when you fixed on something, you're gonna continue to inspire, bring inspiration to people. The thing is you're gonna get it done. That's good. And you got the energy to do it. Saturn give you the discipline to preserve your energy, to use it wisely. So that's a good thing. So you just ain't gonna do all type of foolish stuff. You're gonna do stuff when your energy is needed. People might see you as lazy, but you're not lazy. It's like when it's needed. You're not just gonna waste your time on stuff because you're all about getting it done. And you might don't like people who ain't on your level who don't get things done. You might don't mess with people like that because You want to deal with a squad or a circle or people who get things done. And that kind of rub you the wrong way because professionalism is in this vibration too. You can be like a professionalist, you know what I'm saying? Things ain't right. This will bring you back on the downside. But you be able to teach all that. Your career is gonna be into counseling, gonna be into guiding people, bring inspiration, motivation speaker, being on YouTube, spreading the love, talking about different topics, giving people knowledge, on things. This is very knowledgeable placement too, because Saturn Saturn won't detail. Saturn won't knowledge. Saturn can hold a lot of knowledge. It loves to break down the details. Just like the Virgo, the Capricorn energy like to go into the detail of things and learn piece by piece. It break down every car part. I know a Capricorn, this person broke down my family member car from piece to piece to piece, took the whole car apart, and they're Capricorn, and they put it right back together. And very good. So, with that being said, you got to understand how powerful Capricorn is. Just like a Virgo do the same thing, break down things all the way from piece to piece and know about things. Earth signs want to know the details on things. They gonna know how to do it. They make one of the best teachers because they can take you step by step and they don't move fast like how air move fast. They gonna move at a good pace where you can understand. So when we talk about Capricorn midheavens and your Saturn in the fifth house, this will make you very strong when it comes to the kids, teaching the kids. Discipline, most of the youth right here, you know what I mean? So be into music, cosmetics, whatever. You can master anything, but you might own a company. So this is also about business and owning things on a deeper level. So you bring inspiration to people, own stuff. Now, and definitely you have a fire intuition. Uh, so they ain't gonna never let you down. The fire in you. You know what I'm saying? Saturn will give you the discipline. You will know when to use it. You gonna know how to understand it because you gonna learn to understand it. You will go through power struggles that deal with leadership and stuff like that. But after a while, you will master that and you'll be good. Your midheaven's gonna be good. It's gonna take a while before you really reach your peak. But as long as you keep going, you're gonna reach it. You can't fail because you got Saturn, you got Capricorn Midheavens, and you got Saturn in the fifth house. You can't fail because it's the leader energy, very strong energy, powerful. Yeah, so we talking about fighters, boxers. We talking about all of that here. They is strong and they are fearless. And we talking about like you got Saturn in the fifth house, and you got the Capricorn Midheavens. Now, moving on. If you're Capricorn Midheaven, you got a Capricorn Midheaven because it's for Capricorn Midheaven people. But if your Saturn is in the sixth house, I'm talking to you now. You sixth house people, let's give you discipline. And this Saturn do good in the Earth house. You know what I'm saying? Because it did good in Capricorn, which is the Earth sign. So this is the house of Virgo. So you'll be disciplined, and you will definitely go through things that deal with illness and sickness till you learn about it and master it, and then you'll be able to teach that. And you'll be able to heal people, bring herbal healings, teach people about gemstones, how to heal people with gemstones and therapy. We have healing hands because Virgo house is the healer house. So this is the health house. So your health can be very important. Exercising, you could be like a gym instructor, uh, get paid for that. Get paid with dealing with the health service. Get paid with being a pharmacist or being a nurse, a doctor, because it deals with health. You can be a spiritual doctor also. You can heal with your hands and be a therapist because it deals with health, not only physical health, but mental health also. That what people fail to realize. It deals with mental health and it deals with all health in general, emotional, mental, and spiritual. So you can teach people all of these ways because you understand Virgo is what? Not only Earth, but got Mercury. Mercury is what? Deal with the mind, deals with thinking, communication, expression. So you will go through things that deal with communication, expression until you learn to be your best self. You continue to improve yourself because this is the house of improvement and achievement. And every achievement you will love. So you will bring a lot of happiness to people's lives. If you got Capricorn Midheavens and your Saturn in the sixth house, you bring a lot of healing around because you are the healing person. People like be around your aura. They like how helpful you are. You very like much like a servant. Do anything for people. But I know you won't let people take advantage of you. I would tell you don't let nobody take advantage of you, but I know you won't because you got Capricorn here because Capricorn is realistic. Virgo is realistic, but you got Capricorn in the Virgo house, so you gonna be realistic. You gonna see the big picture. They ain't gonna blindside you like that. You gonna know because you're practical, realistic. If you have facts, you cut people off if they try to take advantage of you, and they lost a good person. So, Capricorn Midheavens and your Saturn in the sixth house. This makes you more definitely got to go get it. Career orient, because this is the house of duty. So it makes you want to take care of responsibility. It could be your mama, it could be your family, it could be your daddy, it could be anybody in the world. So working in like nursing care is very important to you. Be working to social work because you want to see people heal and help people. You really want to help people. Social work, but you need some type of business that's organized and structured that's neat and clean. So you want to get into something that's neat and clean. So when you open a business, it could be a health service like open up a spa business. It could be a massage business. It could be a business that deal with it's gonna be a business that deal with healing or health products. Like good that soap that's good for you, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Shampoo that's good for you. You might make your own shampoo, you might invent your own health products and stuff like that because it deals with health. So this is the type of energy we dealing with when we talking about like Capricorn midheavens and your Saturn is in the sixth house. So now the psychic gifts you got is being a physical empath, feel the things in your body and be able to read the energy. So you definitely gonna be clairvoyance because you can also pick up on emotions. No, clairsentient. You can be my fault. You can be clairsentient. Be able to feel things deeply on a deeper level than most. So you understand people's emotions. And you can read people through emotions. Your body gonna pick up on all type of energy. So be aware of diseases and illnesses in your body. So when people first see you, they're gonna see you as looking youthful and innocent. You're gonna look innocent and youthful and clean and neat. Cause that's how your appearance will be. Your personality be more observant and aware. Because the Virgo energy is analytical. When you got Saturn there, Saturn is like that too. Saturn is always picking up on the details also, so math, you'd be very good at that. Being a good accountant, being a bank worker, being a clerk, stuff like that there. These type of jobs please you more than anything, dealing with money, dealing with cash and stuff like that there. Owning corporations and business, you can be very organized and very structured. People need you because you put things back together. You help people fix their life, help people put their life back in order. So you could get jobs and careers that deals with helping people fix their life or getting themselves back together. Like that show that say "Fix My Life" with that lady on there. Yeah, that pretty much displacement was Capricorn Midheaven with Saturn in the sixth house, because the sixth house is the healing house. And so this makes you very very important in life because you got Saturn in the sixth house. It's very important, very sacred. I'm telling you, Saturn in the sixth house with Capricorn Midheavens. Capricorn gonna reach their highest peak. And you heard of when they say you the GOAT, you think about Capricorn. Anything that deal with mastery, you think about Capricorn. Because Capricorn deals with mastery, beautiful people. So when we speak of Saturn in the sixth house, there's definitely health. There's definitely people who always, checking their weights. And sometimes they be kind of delusional, thinking something wrong with them when it's not. So with Capricorn Midheaven, you definitely will be the type who bring healing to people, and bring life back into people. People love you because when they're around you, they know they got good healing energy around them, and people you didn't know they got somebody who will serve and help them with anything. So you can make a great assistance in anything. Also a great leader. So with this being said, your intuition is definitely fire when it comes to health. You're on point. You knows. You see things that other people don't see. Pick up on information that other people don't pick up on. So your intelligence goes beyond the average because your mind is always ticking. Your mind is always ticking, and you're always thinking improvement. Some talk slow with displacement, but that don't mean that they're not wise or nothing. They just talk slow because they talk careful. So, and because just like the professionalism type people, and also per, people who try to be perfect, but also professional. So, this type of people we dealing with right here and with this placement. So anything that deal with being a professional of something, a professor, teaching, you can get into as your career because you're Saturn in the sixth house. Now, when you got Saturn in the seventh house with Capricorn Midheavens, if you got Capricorn Midheavens and your Saturn is in the seventh house, your Saturn is in the Libra house. Beauty. Libra need that balance. So with that balance, this makes you able to do things to deal with fashion, beauty, and love, light, justice, truth. So, being a judge, a lawyer, being a mentalist, because Libra is the mind, right? Saturn is the mind. You have a disciplined mind, so you can be a great psychologist right here. Psychologist, because you knows about people, you know what people needs, so you be a great activist right here. Some people be politicians right here. Some people be like lawyers, judges, anything that deals with the courts. You know what I mean? So when Saturn is in this house, peace is great. It's good, but also you're gonna experience things on the downside that you will learn about peace and how to have your own peace and teach people about peace and teach people. Yes. So beauty is another thing. Beauty is another thing in this house. Beauty, like cosmetics, fashion, designs, uh, anything that deal with that. You have careers deal with anything deal with that. Real estate, and on your own business, of course. Because Libra's a cardinal. You're in the cardinal house now, and Saturn is in the cardinal house. Your Saturn's in the seventh house, but Capricorn Midheaven is cardinal. So when it's like that, there on your own business is the best thing for you. The best thing for you, because you don't really believe what people say anyway. When you were Saturn's in the house of Libra, so it's best for you to do your own thing, and you got the patience to work for people or organizations till you do your own thing. But your goal will always to do your own thing, because you figure that you are the best at what you do, and nobody can do it better than you. So when you got Pisces, midheavens with Saturn in the seventh house, you be about fashion, arts, designs, definitely music. You be good at music. You know what I'm saying? You know about people talents, who creative, so you could be anything that deal with music director, music manager, also hiring people for talents, a talent scout, something like that, talent agent, because you know people gifts, you know people talent, you know people skills, and you can be a movie director, be into the films and stuff like that there. So when you got Saturn in the seventh house, also a marriage counselor, a person who's over money, who teach you how to invest their money, insurance agent, or something like that. You can be that too. There's many different careers you can get into. You got Saturn in the seventh house. That I mean, because you deal with money, and Libra very smart. This is a smart house, but also a fashion house, the good life like house, but more mental. So this give you the ability to accomplish anything you think of right here in this house right here. So finances, lawyers, uh, anything like that, you'll be good in, because you're very much an empath. You're an empath, especially when it comes to love. So you can be definitely a great healer when it comes to love. Get a job like a counselor that deals with love or deal with marriage. You know what I'm saying? So a therapist, that's be very good for you too. So that being said, moving on. Cosmetic, yeah, you can get into beauty, cosmetics, cutting hair, barber, a beautician, things of that nature. We got Saturn in the seventh house. So now, your careers also could be on social media, teaching people about fashion, about different things. Be a great teacher when dealing with love. Teach people how to teach you about marriage and stuff like that. There, so your videos could be very helpful to people and stuff like that. Now, when you got Saturn in the eighth house and you got a Capricorn midheavens, if Saturn is in the eighth house and you got a Capricorn midheaven, the eighth house is what? Pluto. It's power. The house of power, transformation, house of finance, the house of leaving a legend for something. A house that deals with family emotions, the house that deals with I see through you, I see through you. You can't trick me to see me. I feel what's up. I see what's up. I know what's up. I know what's up. This is the Pluto house that like to research, dive deep into things. They ain't scared of the dark side. Ain't scared of this. Ain't scared of that. Like to tap into stuff like that. Like to know things. And this house hates secrets. It like to expose secrets, but it can keep secrets. So you can keep secrets. So with this being said, when you got Saturn here, this gives you more discipline when dealing with your emotions. It makes you more in tune. Makes you more like a medium. A medium could talk to spirits, could talk to the dead, could talk to people, on the other side. And not afraid of, because you'll go through it at first, because Saturn will assist you to go through things until you become the master of your craft. So once you master it, you have more understanding than anyone when your Saturn is in the eighth house, because Saturn will give you discipline and help you train yourself to be better and do better. So with this being said, your emotion might be wild and powerful. It makes you super powerful, super strong, super military, like super, you feel like Superman in the inside. So your career will deal with stuff like police officers, a military agent, a military person, even an FBI agent, even CIA agents. Even it goes deeper. You might be the type who drive planes and stuff, or who be like in a Navy SEAL or something, or who be, now we're gonna talk about going off the government stuff. You be into work like a fighter, a boxer, be a boxer like that there. But also, we're gonna talk about stuff like the mental and emotional state. You be the researcher, dive deep like a psychic investigator, be very good at what you do. But also a inventor, because you always bring out the truth and always ain't scared to go into the dark side. So you can be like a great detective, definitely indeed. So let's go off the government stuff. We're going off the government topic. Now we're gonna say you also, because this deal with power, Saturn is in his power, he can be a great teacher, definitely spiritual teacher, teach about energy, teach about spirit, a shaman, definitely a true indeed. Uh, if you're a woman, of course, people with this house like the word magic, but they got to be careful and be because Saturn, but Saturn will give you the discipline to be careful. So they love magic in this house. They keep practicing, they keep messing up until they get it right and master their skills. So this is very important right here. If you got Saturn in the eighth house, this is the house of power, the house of some this house of strength, warrior, spiritual warrior. You know what I'm saying? So you the type who fight off spirits for people, who cleanse the house, who cleanse things around. So this will be your careers. How people will see you as a strong personality with a magnetic personality right here. They can see that you're very powerful, exceeding your eyes, powerful aura, powerful presence. You speak strong, and you love the truth. That's how they see you. They see you as somebody who's solid. You know what I'm saying? Some people want to imitate you. Some people are fearful of you when they see your presence in the public. But they see you with a cool demeanor, though. Very cool person and very powerful presence. Even if you look good or look soft or look very selfish, they still see you as somebody who's powerful in the public's eye. So the status, you will reach your status if you continue to work on it. You will reach the highest because it's a very powerful place. But you got Saturn and Pluto, just like a Saturn in Leo, the fifth house. Saturn in the eighth house is very powerful. So you definitely will leave a mark for something in the world if you go for your achievements. So people will also invest in you. They invest in you, leave you money, leave you inheritance. You know what I'm saying? Leave you some money, leave you some stake. So you're a great protector of you be a great protector of people. So sort of like definitely a bodyguard, true indeed. You be a bodyguard, true indeed. Anything to deal with security, you can do that. Now we already know that you clairsentient when you got Saturn in the eighth house and you got a Capricorn midheavens, clairsentient, claircognizance. You just know, um, but also clairvoyance very because you got a great imaginative mind, so you can see the big picture. So now, so your intuition is very highly strong. You live by your intuition, truly indeed, as a warrior. Now, moving on. You got Saturn in the ninth house, but you got a Capricorn midheavens. So Saturn in the ninth house, it give you more discipline when it comes to Sagittarius energy, because Sagittarius kind of free spirit. Well, is a free spirit and wild. So Saturn will give you discipline not to be so wild, when to be wild and when not to be wild. But you will go through things that deal with wild experiences that discipline you to not be so wild, knowing how to uh, not be so adventurous. So now you like to explore a lot, but you know when and when not to explore a lot. So sometimes you explore in the outer world, but also in your mind. So you will learn the mental stage. You'll learn the physical stage in life. You learn all of that. So that makes you the sage, the wise teacher, the wise teacher. So you make a great teacher. Teaching about culture, teaching about people, teach about anything you want to teach about. Because you will have knowledge on everything. So this is what universal knowledge, universal mind, universal thoughts. When you got Capricorn midheavens with Saturn in the ninth house. So this will give you discipline when dealing with anything in life. You want to experience things. You want to experience things that deals with flame, fire. When I say fire, I'm talking about light, knowledge, wisdom, but also things like people being burned and people being shot at. So you got guns and stuff because you got to understand Sagittarius the archer. Think of a gun. So you gonna learn about guns. So you can be into stuff like that, selling guns. You can be into like uh selling guns. Yep. Selling weapons, you're gonna know about weapons. You're gonna want to know about some of everything. So we talking about Sagittarius energy. You're the wise sage, the wise teacher. So you're very clairvoyant on a deep level. Can see the big picture, but also see auras and see orbs and spirits and see things. Also, probably can see the dead like clearly, because This the gift you will have when you got Saturn in the ninth house. So now, your intuition is definitely high when they're dealing with anything in life, knowledge. So you love knowledge. You're a knowledge seeker, truth seeker. Love knowledge, breaking things down, dissecting what is real and what is not, and always expose and you with the real deal. You don't beat all around the bush. It's like you come straight to the answers, give people the detail, the correct details without beating around the bush. So it makes you kind of careful how you speak, and you speak very practical, realistic, very earthly, but with fire in it. Sometimes you get crunk with it. Sometimes your voice be like like rapsy a little bit, little rapsy voice. Yeah. So when we talking about Saturn in the ninth house, it's like you've been there before. You've been around the world. You've been around the block. Now you're back around. You know what I mean? It's like an old soul. You feel like you grew up. You grew up hang around or seeing the elders or gaining wisdom from the elders. You grew up gaining wisdom from the elders. So people gonna see you in the public's eye. They gonna see you look like an elder. You young looking, youthful looking, but you mature, highly mature, and look like an elder. They because your wisdom, the wisdom you have. They gonna see you somebody wise who all spitting real stuff, wise stuff. That's how the public gonna see you. And so this is very powerful right here. And the person who will listen, because you want to hear other people's philosophy and stuff like that there. So it's very powerful. So you can be a philosopher. Anything in the media you can do. You know what I mean? Because you're not scared to be in the media, especially dealing with talking, expressing yourselves, expression, use your expression through wisdom on the media. Giving people what they say, game, or speaking the truth in the media, exposing things. This is something that you'll be good at. Teaching, a travel agent, traveling and stuff like that. Yeah, it could be like on an airplane person, airplane steward, and all type of stuff. You can travel agent or teach about cultures, teaching museums. You can do any of that. Teaching online, teaching in general, because you the wise sage. So now this be your career. We got Capricorn Midheaven, and your Saturn is in the ninth house. Now, if your Saturn is in the 10th house, and you got a Capricorn Midheaven, that's gonna double the vibration. You're gonna do all the things I said at the beginning of the video as a Capricorn Midheavens. You have earthly look. You gonna carry the Capricorn traits, Capricorn careers, labor on your own businesses, and things like that. There, this gonna amplify that energy. If you got Saturn in the 10th house and you already got Capricorn Midheavens there, it's gonna make it more intense, more want to do it. Money, more most likely to do those things are the Capricorn Midheavens. Get the money. Get the bag. Be the boss. Be on top. So this is very fly right here. Be the fly person. What I'm saying? Teach people how to be fly. Help build people, and teach people how to get some money. Show them how to get some money. Be an example of how they can be prosperous. So prosperity and wealth. Not only prosperity physically, but prosper mentally. How to discipline themselves and how to talk and conduct themselves. Teach people manners right here. So you get Capricorn, midheaven with Saturn, you will teach people their manners. You definitely are a medium because you hold energy deep on deep levels, so you can talk to spirits, the dead. Um, People who has this placement can be a medium. So, but also your intuition goes to the practical, like what's real, because you know what is fake, what is real. If people gonna talk on that nonsense, your intuition will kick in because you know what's real. You deal with the real. You know when the person faking. So that's the thing right there. When you got Capricorn midheavens with Saturn in the 10th house. So you got Saturn in the 10th house. This is you. Career driven, career orient, sharp, nice, goal driven, ambitious, cool but serious. You know, this is you. This is you. Not the dreamer. Put your dreams into manifestation. You're the visionary. You can visualize something. And if you do have a dream, you're going to manifest it because this is a manifestation house. I'm a manifester. Magic, like magic, manifestation. Boop, 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 boop. This one a powerful placement here. You got Saturn in the 10th house with Capricorn midheaven. This is you. Now, let's move on. We got to move on. We got to move on because you got them healing hands, labor hands. We got to move on to Saturn in the 11th house. We got Capricorn Midheavens with Saturn in the 11th house. Ooh, you're gonna be unique. The way you think gonna be different. You're gonna think different out of the box. Sometimes you're gonna be organized, sometimes you're not. So the type of job you need a free spirit job. Like anything to do with humanitarian work, social work, healing, psychologist, because you be disciplined. You know when to say this and when not to. So you will go through things that dealing with being different. So you can teach people about being different on the media or whatever. You got a great tone of how you speak, and the way you speak sometimes just come out of nowhere. People are like, where that come from? But it's sharp, it's tight. You on point, and you don't know how things just come to you because you're very clear cognizant. You psychic knowing. You just know. Don't know how you know. When you go to talking, the information just flow through you. You're like, I just said that. I didn't know I was gonna say that. So because you got Capricorn in midheavens, that makes you very much a scientist, a digger for information, knowledge. Always love the social gatherings and social groups, but discipline with it. Knowing when to speak, because this time when you got Saturn in 11th house, it makes you disciplined, giving other people a chance to speak. Because a regular Aquarius usually just speak, and cut people off. But you got Saturn here. This makes you very unique because you give other people a chance to speak. It's balanced right here. So now, when you got stuff like that there, Saturn in 11th house, in the house of Aquarius, uniqueness is very important to you. Being unique, being different. And so this is what you're going to teach on the humanitarian level. You're already psychic knowing, already got intuitive genius mind, are very creative, and you're very rebellious against other people's thoughts to come up with new thoughts and ideas. So you get into the work, anything that deals with the mind, science work, anything to do with the mind, computer, advanced technology, building your own technology, being into technology, get jobs that deal with technology and stuff like that there. Um, Dealing with jobs that deal with social work, humanitarian work, counseling, guiding, psychologists, anything that deal with the mind, you'll be good at because you got discipline and you just know what's up. You know the deal. You know how to read people. So any job that deals with that you can do. Not too much physical, but more mental. Physical would be good, but more mental. On your own business to dealing with healing, therapy is very good because you got different tactics and different methods. A job that they have you to be a free spirit, but you had a discipline because you got Saturn there. So you got 7-11 house out of nowhere, things just happen. You will go through things and things just happen. You will learn about that. You'll learn how to adapt. So you're gonna teach people how to adapt, give knowledge on how to adapt to things. So that's what you will bring to people. You be an example of how to adapt to the terrible things out of nowhere. Cause you got Saturn in the 11th house of Aquarius, the intuitive genius house. People who are like geniuses. They talking about Einstein. Einstein ain't got nothing on me. Even though I ain't got Saturn in the 11th house, my Saturn is in the 3rd house. But anyway, this is very powerful. We're talking about Tesla. They ain't got nothing on me. Higher consciousness. This how I deal with higher consciousness, higher thoughts, higher mind, claircognizance, psychic knowing. I know you without even feeling you. I know. It just come to your mind. You just know. And people are like, how you know? That's very powerful. Like a lightning strike. You cut off electricity. You definitely cut off electricity because you hold all that Saturn inside you, all that energy. Your midheavens when you're out in the public, you might cut off the stoplight. Just playing. Cut off the stoplight. Walk by the stoplight. Cut off. That's how powerful you can be on a higher vibration, higher frequency. Let me stop playing. But you will deal with electricity, electrician, technology, and things like that. It could be your occupation. It could be your career. So that being said, moving on, a great counselor, a great guide is you. You know what I mean? So that being said, being in group setting is you. Uh, Being the planner, the interior decorator, because you're very creative, creative skills, creative artist, creative mind, because you always come with new ideas, new solutions. And so you can be a problem solver. You be definitely be a problem solver if you got Capricorn Midheavens and your Saturn is in 11th house. Now, the last one, Capricorn Midheavens. If you got your Saturn in the 12th house, woo, this is a tough placement here because you would go through things that deal with the spiritual realm. Yeah, this is the 12th house. You go through things that deal with the spiritual realm, that deal with spiritual work. You need evidence of things, and sometimes you don't trust that spirit is real. But when you do find out that it's real, you find that you're part of that divine experience, and you can teach people how to be the higher self, the God self, the spiritual self. You teach people all of that. It's because your psychic gifts is marked. You have them. Even if you try to deny them. A lot of times you want to be more practical than tap into your emotions. But it's best for you to release your emotions and let other people experience your emotions so they can be able to identify with you, so they can be able to feel you. Because you got emotions very strong. You hold them in. But so you can teach people how to discipline themselves. You can teach people about letting their emotions out and don't hold in all that pain. So you can be a great counselor, great therapist, AA counselor, counselor, a mental health counselor. You can teach people how to get over their disorder. You might come up with new solutions and new things like that. Because you're super creative. Creative skills, creative gifts, creative hands, healing hands. So you got all psychic gifts right here. All psychic gifts if you tune in. Some will outplay the other. Leadership, even you even capable of leadership, talking to the dead. This right here give you more discipline than anything. With Saturn give people more discipline to be able to handle anything. So that's the thing about it. You might go through it, but Saturn give you the ability to overcome anything. So you got Saturn in the 12th house, and you got a Capricorn midheaven. Anything that did spiritual work, that's practical like Earth. So gemstones definitely be a part of what you're talking about. Herbs, music, physical things too. Everything is spiritual to you. Everything around you is spiritual. The trees, the water, the birds, everything you can seek and conceive. It has spiritual energy into it. So you can be a great spiritual healer. You can speak things into existence and manifest things, affirmations, and stuff like that. So you definitely will be into the magical arts and things like that. You be into things that deal with psychic gifts and abilities, astrology, numerology, stuff like that there. Because who's better to speak than you? You're a discipline. You know when to speak. You got the drive and ambitions to do things. And Saturn give you that. But also, Saturn can, on the downside, have you very depressed and very sad, suicidal like, due to your emotions. It can be very strong and very intense. But once you master that, you can teach people about suicide. You can teach people about themselves. So anything that deal with social work, healing, mental health facilities, working in jails and prisons and stuff like that, being an officer, you can do anything that deal with that because helping people is your thing, and serving, uh, and being able to relate to people through your emotions. So that's something that you're good at. You got Saturn in the 12th house. It's just like Saturn in Pisces, but Saturn in the 12th house. Yeah, so when you got Capricorn midheavens, your career will deal with spiritual work, spiritual healing, spiritual work. You're more in tune with spiritual work than anything, and giving to people and helping people, humanitarian stuff, like showing unconditional love, a counselor, therapist, something like that. There, so you can get into any work like that. Spiritual healing and work, astrology, numerology, psychic work, psychic investigator, anything, detective work, because you can feel what's up, what's up. So also like and to the moon phases and stuff like that, being to the moon phases and stuff like that there, because you got Saturn in the 12th house. So all your gifts is marked. Your clairvoyance, your clairsentient, your claircognizance, your clairaudience, and your mediumship is marked. If you tap into it and learn it, you will learn it if you tap into it because you got Saturn to give you the discipline to do it. Just don't be more earthly. You'll be good. Don't overwork yourself. You'll be good. You need to work in balance, and this will help you out. So hard work ain't really for you because it's in the house of your Saturn is in the house of Pisces. So you can teach you about the spiritual world, how energy work. So you can be a great scientist, or something like that. A person who over metaphysics and stuff like that there, because you be good at with the details, information when dealing with psychic work, what you feel, what other people see, and what other people feel. So you can be able to heal that. So you can be the person who come, like, get rid of spirits like out of people's home, like the Ghostbusters. You know what I'm saying? Do spiritual work like that. Get rid of bad energy, stuff like that. So when you got Saturn in the 12th house, this is definitely what it be. Because how people gonna see you, they gonna see you dreamy, but not too dreamy. Because Saturn there, so Saturn give you the discipline not to be too isolated from the world. But a lot of times you will be isolated because Saturn make you more isolated sometimes, especially on a practical level if you know how the world operate. And you're gonna be so much escapist because Saturn give you the ability to confront it when need to be. But sometimes you still is escaping. Sometimes you is dreaming. So it creates that balance right there. Saturn give you what you need to accomplish something, not to stay in that dream world. So that being said, Saturn make you sometimes organized, sometimes not. So sometimes this, sometimes that. That's a Saturn play a part in that balance. So that being said, I'm out of here. I love y'all. This Capricorn Midheaven series, it gets no redder than this. Ashay.